It's 2016. That means that 1 year has ticked forward in the timeline of human calendars, which is really quite fucking incredible. I'm glad that I'm still alive at this point, and I'm glad that you're still alive at this point. And I think due to this, we have a lot of opportunities to do useful and good things with our lives because we are still alive, and that is a fucking achievement. So I just want to congratulate you for being alive, and I want to, I don't know, seems a little bit arrogant, but I want to thank myself for being alive too. I've done a good job. So for the sake of 2016, I wanted to send out a couple of messages to all of the people of the world, divide them up into some little groups. So it's not going to include everyone in the world, but I'll come back around and talk about everyone at the end of this video. So here's my first group. I'm a man. I spell M-A-N. My message to the men's rights movement for 2016 is get your shit together. Really focus. I think if you just really focused on the actual things that are important to men, that would really help you, and it would help me, and it would help everybody. Because I'm a man, and I don't want to fall behind in the world. I don't want other men to struggle at school. I don't want other men to go to prison. I want men to have good lives. So I think if the men's rights movement actually took a page from feminism and decided, you know what, our goal here is equality. It's not about tearing down women. It's not about puffing up our own egos. It's about those actual issues which really do matter to men, because as a man, these things matter to me. I care about things that happen to men. Other men should care about things that happen to men. It's natural, but this movement seems based in a large part about being angry at women and pissed off at them achieving things in life and them getting equality. When I see a woman get an opportunity in life, I do not feel jealous and I do not feel angry. However, I might feel that if I am persecuted or discriminated against, that I would like the opportunity to overcome that persecution and have that persecution taken on by a group which would help me, instead of a bunch of dudes sitting around being like, fuck women, women suck, women are bitches, women are terrible. Well, my mother's a woman, my sister's a woman, my girlfriend's a woman, people are women, and I have no problem with that. I'm not forced to associate with any women. I just want to have men be given opportunities in life. That's it, and by that token, I would be a men's rights activist. So me, as a person who emphasizes with feminism, apparently I care more about men's issues than men's rights activists who are just pissed off that their fucking marriage didn't work out. Well, I got bad news, marriages don't work out. That they didn't get their kids, that they were angry at their wife or whatever, and it turned out bad. So my advice that you probably don't want or need, actually you probably do need it, just thinking about it, is care about men's issues more. Don't worry about women, Yeah, I mean, we want women to have rights, and I feel like men's rights activists should care about equality in the same fashion that feminists do, or at least say that they care about equality. So emphasize equality, emphasize the problems that face men, because I would appreciate it, and I think all men would appreciate that.
Look before you leave, my friend. Should God take you in his hand?
MGTOWs. Okay, don't be MGTOWs. Just don't do it. It's a failed movement. It doesn't work. It's no good. And let me explain why. I don't want to come into your world and say, you shouldn't be this or you shouldn't be that. But the thing is, MGTOW is basically defining men based on their relationship to women. And I think that's a harmful thing, because that's like basically the opposite of being independent. I don't base my life around difficulties I've had with women. I've had breakups and I've had terrible arguments and fights with partners that I feel like I didn't make happen, and I had to deal with that in some way. But I didn't decide, well, the sins of the person that I'm fighting with are the sins of all the women. And that if I feel like this person is really unreasonable, that means women are unreasonable. Don't define yourself based on other people. Otherwise, you are not independent at all. I've seen some people who are MGTOW say, I will not be friends with women. I won't associate with women. Women are just lying backstabbers, and I think that's not being independent. Independence is based on discerning between individuals in a way which is intelligent, you know? So you can tell by your associations with different people, this person is trustworthy, this person is not particularly trustworthy, this group of people has issues, and this group of people seem better to associate with. So you can use your common sense, but you don't just say, fuck all women, I am going to define my life based on my bitterness about women. That's not going your own way. The reason I say don't be a MGTOW is because it's failing you. It's not the right movement for people who want to be independent. A man going his own way is confident. He works on his own life by getting educated, or you can focus on your career and having nice things, or you can focus on just being kind to other people. You can focus on whatever the fuck you want to, being creative, making music. You can travel, you can see the world, you can take up photography, have hobbies, do gardening, fucking anything you want to do, exercise, you know? But don't define it based on your relationship to women. That is weak, and that is not alpha behavior.
Ladies in waiting, why are you waiting?
Feminists. Feminists, I don't really have a problem with you guys. You guys are doing pretty good. I think you've been doing a good job in life in general. I just think be less sensitive, I suppose. I feel like that's kind of condescending to say to somebody, but, you know, you can't always control the conversation. People are just going to be dicks. Don't let them get to you. That's just the nature of people. They are fucksticks. I don't know what it was when God made people. He just decided, hey, let's make people that are really unpleasant to each other and just want to mistreat each other on any given situation. I don't know why God did that, he or she or the spaghetti monster or whatever, but try to not let it get to you so much. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's difficult to think of criticisms of feminists because the criticisms of them are so overblown and so over the top in comparison to their actual influence compared to the real problems in the world that it's really difficult for me to criticize just like yelling down people at universities or wanting censorship of computer games and just like achieving little bits around the edges when there's real things happening in the world. Like, what's the point flipping out about that when Saudi Arabia just beheaded 47 people? So, you know.
I wish that you'd all fucking die.
ISIS. My message to you is stop doing this shit. Stop killing people. Stop beheading people. Stop being such fucking anathema to all human goodness and kindness. There are so many useful things you could do with your life. You could raise a family. You know, you could have a good son that you educate, or a daughter that you could stop treating like garbage. Don't do this to mankind. I don't know why you're so full of hate. I feel like there is a love and a kind of fellowship of man that you're just missing out on through all this hate. And I don't even think fucking Muhammad would be happy with the shit you're doing. I mean, even he had probably had some standards, and you are fucking it up. So, dudes, chill out. Stop it. Stop it. Fucking stop it, ISIS. Stop. No, everyone's had it with your shit. Stop it. Fuck you.
Slow down, find yourself once again. Slow down, my friend.
Progressives, I think you're doing a pretty good job, or you've done a pretty good job in 2015. It's just kind of the dialogue has started to be defined by criticisms of progressives due to this whole regressive label and everything. That all you can really do is just focus on the things that are important to you. Such as getting money out of politics, which is very important, like regulating Wall Street, which is very important, cutting taxes for the poor and having a progressive tax rate for the rich so that they can't store money in foreign accounts overseas and just take advantage of the system. Those things are very important. Women's rights, so that they have rights over their own bodies. These are all very important. You just have to keep fighting for them. Gun control, environmental concerns, yeah, prison reform, there's so many important issues, but the problem is the dialogue is now being defined by the opposition to progressives. So I really feel like progressives should just push for the issues they care about a lot in 2016 and let the chips fall where they may in terms of how the opposition is going to mischaracterize and basically make progressives across as people who love beheadings and fucking love ISIS and shit, which is a total load of bullshit. Everyone hates that shit. We just all have different ideas of how to go about it, and I feel like the opposition to progressives should be slightly, well, not slightly, but a lot more tolerant to differing opinions, because ironically that's gonna, like, they want their safe space. They want people to agree with them, otherwise they start flipping out like regressive. So progressives, just keep doing what you're doing.
Don't believe in Jesus.
To new atheists. Okay, some new atheists take an issue with the term new atheists, but my message to you in 2016 is just grow the fuck up and be more mature. Everybody doesn't agree with the way that you think. We have, like, genuine disagreements about the reasons why things exist in the world. Just because something happens and you have one specific idea about why that thing happened, and someone has a different idea about how that happened, that doesn't mean that that person loves that thing. That we want Saudi Arabia to behead 47 people. No. A regressive is somebody who's basically just like a phantom that you've made up in your own mind. We cannot have a dialogue if that's the way that you think about things. Now, you might be unhappy with the phrase new atheist. However, new atheist, it does not have an insult built into it. There's no way that the word regressive is not just a pure insult. It just is. We are the opposite of what you're saying we are. We are about progress. We are about, let's lift up the human experience so that everyone is equal. However, you might just disagree with the way that we talk about going about it, and that's perfectly legitimate, but it doesn't mean you have to be a fuckstick while you do it. You can just make your points and be a legitimate arguer or debater, and that will be fantastic. So stop being such a fuck. That's what I have to say to the new atheist community, and I'm sure that you will be able to make reasonable arguments that just aren't parroting all of the thought leaders in your movement. Don't be a hive mind. Right-wingers. Okay, right-wingers, so my issues with you have been kind of overshadowed in 2015 due to the existence of so many other groups that cause some kind of kerfuffle. But I don't know what you can say to right-wingers. Like, you could ask them to be more reasonable, but they're always going to hate Obama. And they're probably going to have a real fucking meltdown when their candidate doesn't win because their whole field is terrible. Like Ben Carson, he's not going to be president. Or Donald Trump, he's not going to be president. Jeb Bush, it's probably going to be Hillary, because you guys are going to have to face the fact that your ideas do not really work. They do not appeal to very many people outside of a specific base. The only way that you can really win is apathy. So you can just hope that everyone will be extremely apathetic, and that will lead to one of these terrible candidates winning the presidency. So it's going to be real ugly when Hillary wins, and that's probably what's going to happen. So I would just say, you know, stay calm, go to your bunker, into your safe space, relax, breathe into a bag, and just stay calm, breathe. And that's my message to right-wingers. My final message is to humanity. Humans, I feel like you've been fighting for too long. Why are you so angry? All of us are humans. We all have a shared humanity. You can be kind to one another. You don't need to be an asshole. I feel like the internet has kind of provided the means with which to basically be as much of a dickhead as possible. And this has gone on for a decade or two, like for a while now, since the internet was created. And we don't need to be this way. We can be friends. We can have fun and just respect everyone else's shared humanity. We don't need to kill. We don't need violence. We don't need anger. We don't have to call names. We can just be good people. We can be gay. We can be straight. We can be trans. We can be feminists. We can be atheists. We can be new atheists. We can be agnostics. We can be Muslims. We can be Christians. We can be Jews. We can be black. We can be white. We can be Asians. We can be anybody in the whole fucking world. We can be men. We can be women. We can be fucking elephants. We can be dolphins. Dolphins are cool. Cats. I like cats. I'm a cat person. We can just be all of these things and stop being so angry and just enjoy our lives and have fun. And that's my wish for 2016. Hippy dippy bullshit like world peace and all of that fucking crap that everyone tells you to grow out of, because I'm at that age where I'm not supposed to actually want world peace, but I do. No more violence, no more hate, all that stupid crap John Lennon talked about before Mark David Chapman took the assault position, or the sharpshooter position over, and fucking killed the guy. Well, Mark David Chapman, you would have failed my 2016 message, because this message is one of kindness. So, don't be an ass clown. I didn't know what word I was going to put on there. Be good. That's my message for 2016. All the love in the world, and I hope you have a great success. And talk to your neighbor, hug your fellow man, be kind, and think of somebody that you've just hated over 2015 with fondness. Devin Tracy. You're a great guy.